Good evening. I'm Linda Poobauer, and I serve as the chair of the Education Committee of the Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce. It is my pleasure tonight to be the presenting sponsor for the Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce Mary Beth Williams Educator of the Year Award. As Rita Pearson once said, every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best they can possibly be. Is this a tough job? You betcha. But it is not impossible. We can do this. We're educators. We were born to make a difference. The Mary Beth Williams Educator of the Year has definitely made a difference in the lives of her students, her colleagues, and in our community. She is a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce 2020 Mary Beth Williams Educator of the Year is Becky Wishern of Saxony Lutheran High School.
Well, my parents are both teachers. My father taught history at Southeast. My mother's was a first grade teacher in Cape, and my brother taught math at Cape Central. So being a teacher is kind of in our DNA. I never really considered any other occupation. It just seems to be something that comes natural to us. The biggest thing is technology. It has basically taken over, in a way, the way we teach. And that's not a bad thing. I actually have enjoyed it. Math doesn't really change all that much in terms of what we're teaching, but how you present it is different. And that's been the biggest change. Well, of course, trying to make math accessible to as many kids as possible was always a goal of mine, even when I was young. But I've learned over the years that it's making the personal connection with the kids that can even be more important. And that's stayed with me through the years. Well, we have a very high-functioning group, in my opinion. I'm blessed to have kids that already have a good work ethic and a good base to build on, and so we want to make them be able to choose their path because it's what they want, not because it's just what they feel like they can do. So I want them to leave my classes feeling like they are ready for college math, or they are ready for technical school, or they are ready for the military, and that they didn't have anything left behind in terms of ability or knowledge, that they do feel like they've gotten a good foundation to go to that next step. Well, I live on a farm in the northern part of the Jackson School District, but I think even the folks that live in our town would agree. It's really a great place to come home to when, no matter where you work really, or you go on vacation, or wherever you go, it's wonderful to come home to a place where you can just decompress and you feel safe. I think that's the biggest thing. And the community, the camaraderie, the kinship here is really something special. You turn on the news and you see everything that seems to be wrong with the world, but when you come home here in Jackson, you can get away from that. You can just be with your family, be with your friends, and feel that the world can move at its pace, but we're going to live our lives here at our pace and how we want to do it and how we think it is appropriate, and it's just really makes your life that much more enjoyable. Well, I grew up Southern Baptist in Cape Girardeau, and I would say that growing up, my biggest mentors were honestly, outside of my parents, were my youth ministers and the people that connected with my faith. So I actually grew up thinking I might be a youth minister, but then when God seemed to be leading me to be a teacher, He put me in a place where I could be both. So they were my first mentors, and then when I came to Saxony, I would have to name Larry Clare, who actually I believe won this award a few years ago. Just a phenomenal math teacher and gentleman. And then there's been several. Tom Keeney is another one I can name who mentored me when I needed it. And now that I'm in the older group, I hope I'm a mentor to the younger folks, trying to just take on further what those people did for me. I don't think I have a catchphrase or a style that I keep. Maybe the kids could answer that question better than I can. I hope they think of me as an approachable teacher, someone who respects the rules, but at the same time loves all of her kids, and you don't have to be the athlete or the top singer or the head cheerleader to get my attention, that all of my kids feel like I've tried to connect with them, and that's my goal. That would be hopefully something they can remember me by, is how much I cared about them. As a teacher of Saxony, I want to see the school grow, and I want to do whatever I can to help promote it. We see ourselves really as ministers, and that God is using us to further His kingdom in His way. So we kind of have to stand back and let Him take the lead. So that's always a goal, is to just work hard, but at the same time keep myself open to where God's leading us. I hope that the kids walk away with, again, a good, solid foundation in their math. I try to do that every day, but also that they felt like they were somebody special because we cared about them, and that I, as a teacher, showed love and compassion to them, and that is a big goal for me.